Hey everybody, this is Jerry. So Vox, very famous, very reputable news source, decided to make a video about the South China Sea. Unfortunately, they don't know what they're talking about. It's not that they don't know what they're talking about, it's just that they don't see the whole picture. So this video, I'm going to educate everyone who watched the video and anyone who's interested, anyone who's a fan of mine, why China is doing what it's doing. So basically, a little background. This is the South China Sea. China's up here. And then this area right here is the South China Sea. Vietnam's right here. Philippines is right here. Malaysia, Singapore, all that stuff's down here. These islands are called the Spratly Islands. And China is claiming all of this area. See this? See these lines? China's claiming all these areas. China says it's because historically they had control over all this, which is true. But of course, you know, the UN has its maritime laws, right? So according to the UN, the Philippines get this much. You see right here? Not the Philippines, sorry. Vietnam gets this much. The Philippines get this much. Malaysia gets this much. Singapore gets this much, etc. So according to the UN law, China only gets this much of the South China Sea. So there's a big sort of territorial dispute here. The reason being, there's a lot of raw resources. There's like oil, there's fish, there's everything here. So what China's doing in the Spratly Islands is building man-made military bases. So the way Vox is portraying it, oh my God, China's the aggressor. China's trying to overclaim this area that belongs to different countries. So that's very simplistic and it's wrong in its analysis of why China's seemingly overclaiming this area. First of all, we can argue about a historical claim, but that's not really what it is. We have to look at more broader geopolitics. So this map's gonna blow your fucking mind. Watch. This is how China sees the world. You see? Our maps, we put this side on the left and then this side on the right, but China puts itself in the center. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something. I got this from, this is not Vox, I got this from, I forgot where I got this from, this map. I'll figure it out and I'll put it in the description. But these are the military bases that America has all around the world. Because, you know, we think we're the world police, we think we own the world, we think we can stop everything, all bad countries and everything, right? Check out Asia. Look at how many military bases America has around China. Okay, I'm just gonna put it right up to the screen. You see, America has military bases in Japan, in South Korea, in the islands a little bit east of Taiwan, so in Guam, all these islands that America took from the Japanese in World War II, America has military bases. America has military bases in Thailand, in Vietnam, of course in Australia. And of course, if you go on the west side of China, they got military bases in Pakistan and Iraq. And you know, there's rumored military bases in Kazakhstan and Mongolia. So, from China's perspective, is it being the aggressor or is it already being boxed in right now? That's basically what I'm trying to show with these maps. Look, this is China's perspective, right? Alaska's part of America. Major military base in Hawaii, right? Or Hawaii if you're a snob and want to pronounce it the right way. So China has, if you study Chinese military sort of strategy or military sort of, I don't know, what do you call it, but Chinese naval military sort of analysis, they kind of draw three lines. From Alaska all the way to Japan to South Korea, and then down to Taiwan. And then down to Australia. This is one line that China cannot bypass. These are all military bases or they're allies of America. And then you can draw another line here, you know, because America has military bases here, and then there's Hawaii, huge military base. China's never going to be able to not even expand, but do anything, you know, secure its naval borders east. Because America has three lines of military might that China's never going to be able to beat, okay? And so the only sea that China could give itself a little breathing room is the South China Sea, this area. So of course China's going to try to get a little bit more territory, because America and China traditionally are kind of opposed, right? China's rising, its government's not the same as America's, and there's conflict. There's economic, there's military, there's social conflict between the two countries. So if I'm China, and I know that America's in my backyard. America's not even in my backyard. It's in my neighborhood. It's in my county. America's in my. You can, if it's like, if you break this part into a state, America like owns all of this. They own the Australians. They fucking own. They have military bases. Malaysia, everything. They fucking own this everything here. Okay. So in China's view, why can't it take a little here? Especially historically, it did have this area. This is what I'm trying to show. Yes, and it's not just Vox, it's just a lot of our political science, a lot of our social science, we have a Western bias, right? We only see the world according to how, one, what benefits America, and two, we don't see that other countries fear their survival too. And if everyone that surrounds China could potentially turn on China if America and China ever get into conflict, China's not going to stand there and do nothing, right? That's why it's proactively building some military bases here, so it can lay claim to a larger area down here. I mean, look, you see this place? Taiwan. Taiwan is so close to China, and Taiwan is like America's best friend, right? The only reason China hasn't invaded Taiwan is because America is going to fight China if China invades Taiwan. And this, I wouldn't call them enemy, but this brother that's not friendly to China, because they're both Chinese people, it's just different government. This brother that's not friendly to China has America as its backed, and they're so close. Like, China literally has potential enemies right in next door. So China feels so boxed in. Remember this? Remember I was showing you this? China is so boxed in. I think I'm done talking, and Vox, I trust that you guys didn't do enough research, didn't think about it from China's view, and your video just made it look like China was the one causing all the tensions. But I hope if you ever do a report or you see my video, you see that you have to look at things from other countries' point of view. And China, as a growing power that traditionally before 9/11 was getting totally boxed in by America. You know, the pressure on China economically, militarily, and everything kind of loosened a little as America started fighting random wars after 9/11. But like before 9/11, man, China was feeling the squeeze. If Bush didn't fuck up foreign policy, China wouldn't be rising now. China would have probably plateaued much earlier and never become the next superpower. So Bush really fucked up America. But you know, America's still number one, and it will be number one because we're this amazing country that can survive way bigger conflicts, way bigger crises. Anyways, I'm digressing. I thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think? Did this map blow your mind? I mean, this is the Asian view of the world. You know, the world is round. So not everyone sees it the way Americans see the world. And I thank you guys so much for watching. And I will talk to you guys next time.